Yes, boys, and we're back. It's the AshMann where commands Road to Glory. I know it's been a few weeks since I put anything up, well, a couple of weeks. Just simply down to the fact, guys, that I said I wanted to just enjoy the World Cup, be part of it, watch the matches, get involved. I've joined a few of the leagues, etc. I've won a couple of cards, nothing too serious, but there hasn't really been much to chat about. If you are part of like Nepenthes, AshMann-SPORTZ, the Rio Ferdinand's sort of league, private leagues, Quinny, John Nellis, any of these, I'm part of all these leagues as well. So I am involved, I am entering teams, and that's really what I just wanted to do, is just really have a catch up, say that I haven't fell off the face of the planet. As soon as this World Cup's over and done within a few weeks, it will be business as usual. I've been now being able to actually do a couple of videos. As you can see, the settings behind me, as I said, I'm using this essentially now moving forwards, so it's going to be so much easier for me to actually upload a way more privacy. As I said, I'm a family man, I'm a working man, I've got everything, I've got a life, so coming here and taking a couple of nights out a week and doing a couple of hours here and there to do these videos and be a little more proactive is definitely going to help me moving forwards. Since we've last spoke in the last couple of weeks, I've also put a couple of £1,000 into the game. I always said to you right at the start that my dream on Sorare at the start, initial basis in the first 12 months, was just to have that ability that I could always just enter an all-star team, a Champion Europe, a Challenger Europe, an MLS, an Asian stack, the underdogs. I wanted to be able to field the team in every single category. Now, obviously, I can't afford to pay for Mbappe's, etc. in every single category, so I have the absolute pinnacle top players, because that would run into the tens of thousands of pounds. However, I feel like at this point now, I've put an extra couple of thousand in. My roster value is just over £3,000 as it currently stands, and the players that I've gone for, which I'll do on a separate video, are always in the top 5 and top 10 religiously on previous weeks for the American and for the Asian All-Star, Challenger Europe, etc. or under 23s. So I've actually built squads that two-thirds or 6 out of 7 or 7 out of 10, let's say, that's probably a better ratio. At least 6 or 7 times out of 10 they will always come away with, whether it's a tier 3 or an all-star. In all categories, they're always going to hit rewards, and the reason for this is then it's now going to start bringing in the revenue that I always wanted, and I am not going to stop there. There's still a couple of players I want to get, and also a goalkeeper I want to get for the Red, to make sure that I consistently hit that top threshold, so I'm getting that revenue coming in. So there is probably going to be another £500, £600, £700 getting put in, so I wouldn't be surprised if not by January, probably January, February, that this roster is probably going to be over £4,000 worth anyway. So I am going for it, I really am. I started in January, so my goal is by January is to have the rare goalkeeper and the extra couple of players, which we'll do on a separate video. So then by January, I can say within the first 12 months, I managed to build a platform where I have the ability for all leagues in the limited and taken care of, and they can win consistent rewards. Going in from January onwards next year, we'll start looking really into the rare leagues, what I can enter that's within my budget, and start systematically. So it's a really slow process, but it's a process that I believe in, and it's something that I want to be here year 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now. Just something that I personally want to get more involved with. So all this is on a separate video anyway that I'm going to pull out later on, but it's just really to set your expectations out there. I am going anywhere. I'm going to be increasing videos, doing more live streams, putting more money into it. It's just all the ducks haven't been in line at this point. It's been a case of I do a video here in a couple of weeks, I'll do another video, I then start with a couple of £100, and now I've got a few £1,000 in. I've just been trying to get some consistency, but I feel like with the squads that I've got, what I'm going to be selecting, a plan in process, I generally feel like I'm actually getting somewhere with it now. So I don't want to wrap it on, I know it's been just shy of 5 minutes. So really this video is to do with the World Cup, my prediction, what I think of it so far, what I've won, what we've entered, just a general catch up for you guys. Alright, so let's just get straight into it. Also, on a side note, if you guys have been doing your NBA, collecting your free card every 24 hours, I've been doing that. I think I'm actually on for a tier 1 or an actual reward potentially this week coming, which if I do, obviously I'll upload and I'll let you know, but I'm super excited that I might win my first one, so it's a free card, isn't it, at the end of the day. But if we go into here and we go into the live football, let's see exactly where we are. If we look at past first and foremost, first of all, let's just the elephant in the room. What happened? Seriously, what happened to the Global Cup? All the teams, Argentina only winning because Messi gets that penalty. Portugal only winning because they get penalty. The upsets that have happened, 3 big upsets. I mean, you've had a couple of good ones like Spain winning 7-0, England getting that 6-2 but conceding a couple of goals, which really screwed me over with Pickford, which I'll show you in a second. But yeah, all the best players, the Mbappes, all the people that you'd expect to get in that 90, 100 score unless you captained them, didn't really do. Then you got people like Ener Valencia and some Ecuadorian players and whatnot, and David Raum getting that 90, 100 mark or something that he got. I mean, just crazy players that you wouldn't generally field have came up trumps. Theo Hernandez, Luke Hernandez getting injured immediately. Theo comes on. All them people that picked Theo, imagine if he hadn't been injured, Luke, Theo may have got some game time, may not. But then people that hit, top tier, top 5,000, top 100, whatever, definitely wouldn't have done that. He got 100 points or whatever it was. So I feel like really unlucky. But what I will say is them guys that not exploited, but was extremely lucky by getting some of them players masterful strokes or extremely lucky. It's that love and hate, isn't it? They're so close and intertwined there. But if we have a look at that, that's basically what I'm saying is them guys, when them teams start getting knocked out, this is a marathon, there's 6 game weeks, this is end of game week 1, in game week 2. So your Mbappe's, your Messi's, people like this that should be hitting that 90, 100 realistically. It's only a matter of time before they start hitting them, and if they can get to the final as well, your points tally is going to go. So if you feel like for example, I hit 122,000 and a half, it's not the best out of, I think it was out of 650,000, whatever it was. I would say nearly hitting top 100,000 is, top 25% or whatever. It's not the worst, is it? And when you think of people like Quinny that have been on like a year longer than me, and their club's worth like £100,000, and they upload 20 videos a week, and they're one of the go-to people, Quinny, John Ellis, and they didn't even make top 100,000 as well by putting their players in. So it just shows you that and the people that actually came top, first, second and third for this Global Cup, and if you look at what they actually received in prize pool, thousands of pounds basically, isn't it? And ETH at the current market is like 1.2, 1.3k, so they got, 3,500, 4,000 pounds roughly there, with the Star Limited, which could have been anywhere from £200-300 up to £1,000 or whatever. So they were probably got around the 4,000 to 5,000 pounds roughly. Probably here, probably 3,000 to 4,000 pounds here, maybe £2,000, but still between 2,000 to 5,000 pounds between these three. And these were players that all had very small amount of limited cards or just joined with no limited cards. So I'm very happy for them that it did come to somebody that had just gone, I like this so rare, let's just join it. I'll put 5 players in, let's see what happens, and then they've won thousands of pounds. You got me was put, just shy of £5,000 into this within the last 12 months, and I couldn't even break the top 100,000. So listen, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Don't be disheartened. Again, match day, if you can get somewhere always within the top 5,000, top 7,000 systematically, that's definitely going to help you when you get to the overall leaderboard. going towards the latter end of the game week 6. However, this is where I basically stand here, and the rewards are just exceptional. Let's be frank here. So Marquinhos, we saw what happened here. Brazil won 2-0. Now, should I have gone for a full-back instead of a defender? Now on reflection, I wish I had gone. I mean, I put Hakimi down previously, not to be named. You know who you are in the Discord. They basically said, "Why are you putting Hakimi? Look who he's playing, etc." But again, if I did put Hakimi in, he was great for one game week. But if they end up getting knocked out, his national team, someone like Marquinhos, if Brazil make it to a final, systematically his points overall would be better. So I wish I'd gone for maybe a fullback, that Theo Hernandez or something like that, whatever. But we've gone for Marquinhos. I just need him to get a better AA score and not concede, maybe pitching with a goal from a corner or something, just to bump a score up. Joshua Kimmich normally is one of the highest rated players of all players on Sorare. On any game week, he always hits realistically 80 to 100 points in that region. He's absolutely phenomenal. But that's with Bayern Munich. This is with his national team Germany, which Germany as a whole, because they don't always play together day in, day out, they're not going to be as cohesion, the team itself, if that's the word I'm going for. So Kimmich again, they conceded. He got 4 points knocked off, so that would have brought him to about 65. But even 65 points wasn't fantastic. His A score amazing, but I need him to have a pitching with an assist, which he nearly got a couple assists. So if he can get an assist, or he can get like a 40 AA game or something, that's how I need Kimmich. Again, a holding defender, a sitting midfielder, when I could have gone for maybe a Kevin De Bruyne, where maybe he's got more of ability to get an assist or a goal. So that was an option I could have changed. Jordan Pickford, obviously England were absolutely smashing Iran. They let the ball off the end, their eye off the ball the last 10 minutes. As you saw, England conceded a couple of goals, and Pickford, I mean, yeah, it is what it is. Messi obviously got the goal. I believe Martinez, if I remember watching that match, he got his goal chalked off, so he could have had a goal. But even if I had a goal here, I may have just broke top 100,000, top 70,000, but I still wouldn't have done exceptionally well. In order to break top 5, top 7,000 religiously, you need all your players not conceding, assisting, goals, top A's. That's just how you need it for the Global Cup, because it's so competitive with the players. In regards to this, loads of bunch of DMPs. There's no point discussing anything on this one. We're going to move straight onto the live where we are right here, right now. Live content, baby, coming at you. So Global Cup, this is where we're at with this. Now, this is where your fortunes may change. Don't be disheartened. Look at your squad and think, what's the chances? Argentina need to have an absolute master stroke tonight. They need to go for it. There's no messing about. I need Messi to be setting up Martinez to be banging in a hat-trick. I need Messi to be having an A score 40 or 50, something daft like that. Going against Mexico. I mean, listen, they don't have the best squad, let's just be frank. It's Argentina. They had an off night. But realistically, with the squad that they've got with Di Maria and these guys, etc., I mean, you know these are going to come up trump. They just have to. So lightning doesn't strike twice, baby. You know how it works. So I need these to come out with master scores at 7 o'clock. So I'll be watching that game live, and I need big scores. Pickford, AA of only 4.4, so didn't really have much to do, but United States could have scored a couple of goals. They hit the crossbar, and they almost scored as well. And if it wasn't for a dive from Pickford, so England nearly conceded. But the main thing is he kept his clean sheet, which really gives me a fighting chance. You need all 5 players, firing away. So I've got these boys. I've got Kimmich tomorrow, Germany against Spain. This is going to be a really, really hard match. I do see both teams conceding goals, I generally do, but what I do see is Kimmich either playing as a right back or again as that holding midfielder. Again, I do believe he'll have a better AA score, even if they are conceding goals. Will he assist or score? I don't believe so. Will he have the ability to his team not concede? I don't believe, with Spain coming off a 7-0 thriller. I generally believe that they are going to score, but what I think Kimmich can do is be pivotal right in the centre of the park, holding play up, and so I do see Kimmich getting a good AA score in this game. And Marquinhos against Brazil, Brazil against Switzerland. Switzerland, I don't think do anything really coming forward. They do have a better defence than attack, in my opinion. And I do see Brazil again with Neymar and the likes of that. It's just a matter of time before these goals are getting set. If Marquinhos can have a great AA or maybe score or something, that's what I'm hoping for. But again, these are all hopes, ifs, buts, what ifs. It's just we've got to work with the team that we've got. That's where we currently stand, 127,000. If I have a quick look here, it should show me sort of prize pool. And as I said, I am sitting here now. I generally believe if the players can do what they normally do week in, week out for their designated teams, hitting top 5,000 is, I generally believe, not unrealistic to say the least, if not even higher than that. But they all have to fire off. It's as simple as that. In terms of overall, though, just breaking top 40,000 would be, I'd be happy. Let's just get, everybody wants to get as high as they can, don't they? If we move into here, I did buy a couple of new players, which again, I've only just bought within the last day or two, just because I wanted to get slightly more involved with the international circuit just while it's on. So I may have slightly overpaid by, I think I paid over £100 for these 4 or 5 players, and I probably paid by 10 or 20 quid over, but you know what it is, I'm not really too fussed. I just wanted to be part of it. So I knew Ecuador would play in, and obviously I thought, Ecuador, AshMann, I thought brilliant, let's put him in there, and Estrada. I did actually get, AshMann did actually score, but it got chalked off. I don't know why it was chalked off. You guys might tell me. It might have been offside or something, or somebody was blocking the play, or I'm not really too sure. But my left back there, right back in the AshMann. So so I could have got a goal there. Here he plays for Porto normally. Estracchio. Stephen. Anyway, so I've got a boy already. Is it Pedro? I'm trying to think. I should have probably done the research. Yeah, I think I've got Pedro, somebody who normally plays on the left wing for Porto in my gallery. So I thought, well, I want to stick with Porto. They're doing pretty well. This guy plays minute in, minute out, and he's always sits in that holding defensive. But lately he's been playing some of the cam roles and actually getting some assists and goals recently. So I thought we'll throw him in. He's about 50 quid, but I can use him when I go to do it my normal game weeks after the World Cup. So I'm happy with that. Martin Hongley, he doesn't normally play that much, but for his national team he did play 80 minutes or so in the last game, so I'm assuming he'll do the same with this one. In regard to this one, these are the 2 new boys that I got here. Pereira, the team itself is actually doing really well in their respective leagues, so again he's something I can use afterwards and maybe underdog in other versions, but I popped him in there because he was cheap and cheerful and I knew he was going to play. And again, in his respective Pinchy, he's actually doing pretty well. In fact, these are the respective teams. What I'm on about, these aren't the global ones. So this is his actual team, Elba, so they're doing really well. So I put him in there, and we've got Miranda's. These are just people that hit the top 5, top 10, top 6, or whatever it was in their league for their positions, midfielder, defence, etc. So I just popped them in. I don't know too much about their leagues and them as players, but they're in there. So this is where I'm currently at with everything. What will happen over the next 3 days while this game week 2 is going ahead, I don't actually know too much, but basically that's where we stand. So that's basically all I want to say, guys. I just wanted to let you know that I've put way more money into the game. I've got some cracking teams, some amazing players that you're not even aware of, top tier players that you would normally see with podiums and other people, so I'm very happy with them guys. They're all in there on another game week. This is what I've got here. I hope you guys are winning, are fighting up the league tables, and you make your rewards. That's what it's about, isn't it, at the end of the day. Where am I with my private leagues, you ask? 760 out of 2,403. Obviously this rolls over right to the latter end, and then you'll get in a few weeks we'll get the answers to these questions. As it stands, top 760, and I've still got 4 of my 5 players still to play. So if they all fire off and get 60, 70 plus each, if they all do that, I'm looking, I don't know where, but I assume I'm going to probably get further down the rankings here. I'll get much better here. So these are the 2 that I'm looking at. Global Cup for Quinny. for Chane, just because if you look at where I am, I'm just doing better than where I am on Nepenthes, John Ellis and Rio Ferdinand. So these are the top two that I'm holding out for, but if I have 4 cracking players and they all do exceptionally well, then all 5 of these I'm going to start burning, aren't I? So we'll see what's going to happen, boys, but that's where we are. 79 training teams, all my boys are in, all my players. I'm super happy. That's really it. Like, subscribe, World Cup, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Super happy. From me to you, I've missed you all. I can't honestly wait until we start really knuckling down and getting more videos out. I really love the content. I want to get out there as much as possible. So all the best.